Hello, welcome to All In with J&J. I'm Julia Cordova, and this is my co-host, Jay Strizz, and we're coming to you live from the Place Your Trades Network. Today, we're going to be interviewing Helene Meisler. She has worked covering various investment banks in New York City, including Cowen & Co. and Goldman Sachs. In addition, she's worked at Cargill. She's been all over the place, and an amazing background. And this podcast is brought to you by Cordova, which has built a custom app dedicated to trading event contracts. And that's what we're all using at Place Your Trades. Use the link in the chat to start using the Cordova web app. And you can do that for free, where you can follow along, make your own picks, and make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and set notifications so that you never miss our podcast. Hello, Jay.
Hey, girlfriend. How are you?
I'm good. You look very like you're in Mexico.
I am. Am I tanned enough yet, or what?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are visibly tanner. This is not fair. I'm in Florida, and I'm very pale.
I feel like I'm going to look like leather by the time I'm 40 because of this. Either that, or I'm going to contract skin cancer at the age of 35. I have no idea how people live here. It's ridiculous. And of course, my girlfriend is just like all about it. You know what I mean? She can stay out there for like 12 hours. I'm like, you're a freak. Okay. We're Canadian. We're not made for this.
Oh, wait, we forgot to. I got to retweet the Place Your Trades thing so that people can see us. I forgot. Hold on a minute. Oh, wait.
That's okay. People don't know the amount of technical difficulties we had getting me on here with my shoddy result. So yeah, any delay is entirely my fault.
Yeah, right now. Yeah. I'm just going to use my phone since I can't operate my computer at this time. So Jay, last week we did the poll. And you, Jim, and I all thought that initially for at least the first part of the week that we would go down. But our audience thought we would go up. So you know what I did, Jay? Because it's not like I don't trust. Hold on, I gotta retweet this. I forgot. Hold on, I can't do more than one thing at a time. Hold on a minute.
Me neither. As soon as somebody starts talking while I'm doing something, I just start nodding and I go, yeah, okay. And then they have to repeat the entire thing. It's probably one of my worst qualities. It's terrible. I'm a frustrating around.
I understand. All right, here we go. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Okay. I just retweeted it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Anyway, not like I don't trust our audience, but I did take, of course, one yes, because I committed them that I would place their trade, and so I did. But then, because I didn't actually think that would happen, and I could have been wrong, but I could have been wrong. So what I did was I waited until pretty much later in the day where we were just under there, and I waited till the contract was $2. So it can be anywhere from $0 to $2 or $0 to $20, but not zero, but 25 cents to $20. And so I bought a bunch at like $2. They went to $5.50. I got rid of them. I made us money on a losing trade. Well, it was not losing, right? But so this week I kind of had something go off in my mind that, the event contracts thing, it says, where will it close? And that's important because that's the difference between $0 and $20. But really, a lot of the usage of these contracts is like low cost day trading.
Mm-hmm. Right in the middle. Yeah.
Right. Low, so that I don't, futures cost money. So on Thursday, I was, metals were going to the ceiling, right? And I've actually not traded the HG futures before. They're expensive. They're like $5,000 a piece, right? And I saw copper going to the moon, and I was like, how do I take advantage of this? I'm like, ooh. So I got on my little phone, at the middle of the night, right? And I'm like, let me buy some yeses for copper. So I accidentally got no's, though. Don't even ask. And then I got rid of it. Don't even ask. I hit the no accidentally. Then I got rid of it like $30 later. And then I got to the right side of it. But anyway.
Did it all work out?
Yes. Yes. I don't even want to say because Anthony, our boss, wants us to put together a video of our strategies with event contracts. And I have to tell you something. I have been doing so well. I don't want to tell anybody how to do it. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fine. We'll just lie to the audience.
I don't want to share it.
Yeah, we just lie. We just keep all the secrets and money making tactics to ourselves. Okay. Unless they like, subscribe, and all that stuff. In
Yes.
which case, they're kind of cool, and it's like, all right, we'll let you guys make some money.
Yes, no, but I've been using them. So my trading style, I'm known for being a bottom catcher and a top caller, but the way I've been trading these event contracts is I've been doing it with just momentum. So it's very different from what I'm used to, but on the other hand, it's also very profitable. So I'm
finding
into
that complements your trading pretty well, right?
Yeah, it really does. It really does. So we'll see. I mean, I also don't want to tell anybody until I've been consistent with it, right? Because I could have had just maybe a strange week or something. I want to validate it, because sometimes you think you're amazing and then you're not.
Yeah, your sample size of like 2 actually doesn't matter that much, Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I've been there a million times where I'm like, oh my God, I think I have something that works. And then, it turns out that your nickname is now like N1, because your sample size is 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's all right. I made some money on my puts this week.
Congratulations.
Played the short side basically the entire time. That was okay. I didn't really like the action on Friday. That was not great for me. But that's okay. I don't know.
So
I think the market's, go ahead.
I'm a little torn this week, Jay, because if you look at small caps, last week it did a little 50% retracement ish down from the week before, but still okay. If you look at ES, it could go either way. And then if you look at NASDAQ, it looks like a pile of poop. So yeah. So
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did you? I just got a message from my partner who works at Facebook. And did you see the headline that came out? Like I think like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I did. I did see it because I thought to myself, they're going to blame Elon for this.
Massive layoffs at Facebook. That is crazy. I think they're cutting I don't even know. It's a lot of people. And he made a joke. He's like, looks like I might be working with you full time. And I'm like, no, man. He's really, I'm sure, he's a revenue driver for the company. So I'm sure that he's like one of the last people that'll be culled,
Yeah.
But we were just talking about this the previous week, right? About how all these employees are so underwater on all their stock options, right? So I don't know. I think these employees are actually kind of freaking happy that Facebook's just putting them out of their misery at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm so old. I've been through the .com bust. I remember I bought this chair after all the .coms went broke. You know what I mean? Because I was like, ooh, let me see how I could take advantage of this. So I feel like, maybe if we're in one of those cycles again, there's going to be some opportunities for people. Maybe if he wanted to start his own company or if he wanted to do something else, this is the kind of that time. Although you don't really want to get a loan because of the interest rates, but I'm sure there's something. Sure.
Yeah, I think you know what might be interesting, and I don't obviously we're in an economic downturn. Are we going into a full-blown recession? I have no idea. But some of the stocks that I would like to take a look at when I get back home on I think Wednesday or Thursday is all the payday loan and pawn shop stocks. If we are really going for a reset, a somewhat kind of recession depression thing, I would imagine that all those payday loan businesses are going to do fantastic. So I might try and make a basket of those stocks or something, but I'm not really a macro person. I wonder if Helene can probably help me out with that because, I'm young and dumb. I don't know shit.
You're not dumb. You're a boy genius. Somebody else was telling me, they were like, Jay's real smart. I'm like, oh, I know. That's why I got him on because I am not real smart, but I'm real smart enough to know who's real smart. You know what I mean?
To surround myself with people that are smarter than me. That's why I talk to you. That's why I talk to Anthony. I talk to friends. Mario last week was putting on a clinic for me. I just wanted to download his brain, so I'm gonna get a wealth of knowledge from Helene. So
okay. I am super excited to talk to Helene because there's a lot of people on Twitter. They have amazing backgrounds. They're like, wow. I'm like, wow, that person's impressive. And then I follow them. I'm like, can't really tell why they're impressive now, you know what I mean? But Helene has got her stuff together. If you read her Saturday Chart Fest, if you read her weekly article that she does, she is unreal. Like the amount of free knowledge that she shares for everybody is just out of control. I am a super big fan of everything. She's a nice person on top of it. Just I'm super excited to get to know her a little bit better.
That's
so
awesome.
Should we bring her in?
I'd love to.
Okay. Hi, Helene.
Hey.
Thanks.
So how's your weekend going?
Oh, pretty good. The weather's great next week. So the last 3 degrees and sunny.
Okay.
I wish I could trade you. I had a tropical storm the first few days of this vacation. It was like Hurricane Lisa or something like that. I think it like headed off to Belize, but I've never seen clouds like that in my life. And I was like, this is like, I'm paying like 20 grand to be here for like a week and a half. And I was like, if this is the weather, I think I'm going to jump off this balcony. Like,
well, anybody point out that you're there during hurricane season?
No, they didn't. It's my freaking girlfriend's fault. Her birthday's November 3rd. I was like, let me take you somewhere nice because I haven't taken you anywhere in like 3 years because of COVID. And now, you know, I don't want to talk about it. I've heard it from her. Okay, I'm already getting an earful. But yeah.
So I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you, Helene. The mic is cutting in and out for some reason. I don't know why. Jay, are you having the same problem? I'm looking here.
A little bit.
Okay. Well, let's try and roll with it, and we'll figure it out.
Cutting out before for me, and now you're not. So.
Worst case scenario, I could just call you and put you on speakerphone, and you could mute it, and then we could do it that way. Maybe.
That is the most like Jimmy workaround I've ever seen in my life. If Steve Jobs could see us now, he'd either think that we're geniuses or complete idiots. Like I don't know which one.
Well,
my sister worked with
me because I'm the tech here, so.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try it. And if it is cutting in and out, it is for other people too. So I'm going to call you on speakerphone, and then we're going to mute, and then we're going to do it that way. Hold on a second.
So look
at us.
I have to do on my end, I guess.
You just mute your mic, and then we're good.
I think Alex can actually mute you, so you don't have to.
Oh, Alex can do it. So okay. So
we got like young Jamie.
I've got Helene's number, and I'm not going to tell anybody what it is.
Well, that's not fair. Helene, I thought we were friends, man.
Hello. Okay. So we've got Helene now.
Got it?
We've got you on speakerphone. Can everybody hear her?
Okay. Hello.
Oh yeah, I can certainly hear her.
All right, we can hear you. Okay. So
okay, much better.
Yeah, this is perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so you of all the things, you know, I think my charts, of course I like my own charts, right? But I put a lot of like interesting things into my charts. But one of the things that I like about you the most is that your charts are your hand-drawn charts and also your other charts are so unique and amazing.
Well, I, if you will, when I got into the market, we didn't have all these fancy computerized indicators. We didn't have any of that. You had price and volume, and that was about it. And we didn't even have computers. So you had to do the charts by hand. And so that's how I learned to do it.
Wait,
so
I've
never stopped doing it that way. It's just, it's what I know. So it's what feels right.
You know, I can imagine that when you do the high-low bars, right? I can imagine.
I do high-low close.
Yeah. Okay. High-low close. And I can imagine that when you're doing that, though, you really if you've got a trend line drawn in there and you have to yourself put the high-low close over or under that trend line, there's really no denying that you're over that. So I can imagine that there'd be a psychological effect to go along with that. But I mean, do you update your charts every day, or do you sort of save them all and do it weekly?
No, I do the charts every day. Every day you get one post, high, low, close, and then you get the volume. But I draw in the trend lines, and I do try not to erase them. Sometimes you do have to erase them, but and that is, I never really thought about it until recently, but that's a big difference on computerized charts, because on a computerized chart, every time you pull it up, you can just draw a new trend line. Well, you can't really do that on a hand-drawn chart because the line is there, and then you have to erase it. And,
you had to erase it. Oh my
you
God!
learn.
Like with an actual eraser.
You learn is you often do go over or under the line.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of how it goes over. I use a very untechnical expression, and I say, has it crossed the line with any oomph?
Yeah, with any oomph.
If
Okay.
if it hasn't crossed the line with oomph, maybe it doesn't really want to cross the line.
Well, that's what I like about your I think it's stockcharts.com. Your the ones that you do on your Saturday Chart Fest. You
Right.
make jokes about it, but it's true. You're like, depending on the thickness of the line, it may or may not have gone over it, which I love, because that is true. There is it's sciencey, right? But there's a lot of discretion involved with how thick your trend lines are. And that's the oomph factor, the Helene oomph factor.
Right, but there's also, there's a little history there. There really is some method to the madness. I'm sort of, the charts I do are John McGee charts. They're from the Edwards and McGee book. If you've ever read the Edwards and McGee book, which I hope you have. And he has what he calls a 3% rule. And it's that when you break a line or break support, you need to break it by 3%. Now, I grant you, the book was written in the 50s. But what I do is I draw a thick line, because you have to break by enough that I can see it on a thick line and across the room to know that it's really a break. Otherwise, maybe yes, maybe no. So that's
so
just,
funny.
that's my 3% rule.
I love that. I really, I'm going to start implementing that. And you know what? I have to tell you something embarrassing. I have not read any trading books. But I will read that one, especially if it's from the 50s, because I feel like what's old is new again. And it's still the good ones are still true.
What a genius way of judging them.
Yeah, I've heard of other ones, but I have actually not heard of it. I probably heard of it, but I might have just gone, I have ADD, Helene. It's hard for me to anything more than even if something's a thread in Twitter, I'm like, oh no, there's a lot of words involved with that thread. So,
I got it.
Yeah, no, but I will read it now, because I love that so much. That's awesome.
Can you give me cliff notes? I was actually never taught how to read. I just I'm like Floyd Mayweather. I actually don't know how to read.
I'll help you, Jay. So Helene, I've been also following some of the other indicators you look at, like breadth, et cetera. Do you think that what do you think about the NASDAQ being so much behind the other two indices? What do you think about that?
Well, here's the deal. We came into this bear market with 5 or 10 stocks, basically 27, 28% of the market, the market cap. They were what I call the index movers. If Apple, Microsoft, the FANG names, if they didn't go up, the S&P didn't go up, NASDAQ didn't go up, but they sucked. Being such large capitalized stocks, they sucked all the money to them at the expense of everything else. So you had what you call an either-or market. And I've said this before, I think the bear market for the majority of stocks started in the first quarter of 2021. And you've heard me say it before, and I'll continue to say it, because if you go back and you look, that was peak number of new highs, that was peak speculation, it was peak everything. It was SPACs and biotechs, and I can go on and on.
That was the height of
all
Chamath.
you got after that is The FANG names are what carried us up in 2021. And all the money went to them at the expense of everything else. And so now what's happened, and even for the first half of this year, they didn't get hit. I mean, they've been down, but they weren't down like everything else. And now it's their turn.
Yes.
And when they get sold and become a source of funds, you can get money going into other stocks. You mentioned copper. Look at FCX. Look at Southern Copper. You know, you can see it. Even emerging markets are getting some love. So, you know, the drugs can get some love. And so in the end, it turns out it should ultimately be bullish that we've killed this
cancer. It's a cancer.
Yeah, it should. You're exactly right. I was worried if there's one fat finger trade, this whole thing is going down, you know, and one of those big, so it's good, right? We're seeing a rotation of sorts, right? And that's probably more, I don't want to say healthy because there's lots of other things going on, but ultimately
it's more diversified.
Yeah, now we can all hold hands as we skydive down. No, I mean, you know what I mean.
So, Helene, do you think that
there's at least opportunities to make money in other stocks?
Yes.
On the long side, as opposed to the short side.
Right. I love that. Well, I love that. I want more time with Helene. What can we do?
I mean, I don't know where they are now, but as of about a week ago, they had come down to about 21%, which is a big move from like 28 to 21. And, you know, I didn't see what that number was after Thursday's move, but now I think we've got some bad news tonight on Apple. So it's possible that, you know, you're going to get that under 20%, which is where it needs to keep going. That's just my 2 cents.
So someone, I don't know if you're allowed to or if you want to share this with us, but somebody asked us what some of your favorite plays are right now. Where are you thinking? You mentioned biotech, you mentioned copper stuff. I mean, what do you think for the rest of the year, or maybe just these next 2 months? What do you think is a nice place for people to sort of keep their eye on? I don't, if you want to share with us. Sorry?
Emerging markets.
Oh, emerging markets. Okay.
Because if the dollar breaks that trend line that I drew in on the Saturday chart fest, I have this. If you take a look at the dollar index, there's an amazing trend line that dates right back to February. It's a perfect trend line. But since late September, you now have 2, maybe 3 lower highs in the dollar index.
Yep.
And you keep bouncing on that line. If you break that line, I think we will. I don't know if we're going to do it this week or next week, but I think in the next couple of weeks we are. It should help emerging markets.
Okay. I love that. I thank you so much.
Just what I'm looking.
Thank you. I love that. I really appreciate you taking, I know that Sunday is this day of rest, and I really it's true, because Helene's like, I usually take Sundays off, and she made an exception just for us and our audience. So thank you so much, Helene. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.
I feel so much safer now that I've spoken to you.
Yeah. He's crazy.
There's something calming about you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, I really appreciate it. Okay, take care, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye. Cheers. Thank you.
I'll miss you.
Jay, we just talked to a legend.
I know. Well, I mean, you spoke to a legend. Give me her phone number.
No.
I want to call her.
I can't believe she trusted me with it. No, I'm a good person. No, she is the real deal, and I freaking adore her. So I'm gonna look at her dollar chart because I wonder if it's better than mine. I hope not, but it probably is. So that's what I love about her.
I love how ingenious she is. Like, well, first of all, this stream has been hilarious because we found this little workaround with like, okay, we'll just call her and put her on speakerphone. And then she tells me that she's drawing really thick lines so that she can gauge momentum that way, being like based on how high it breaks above. And I'm like, this is just like an ingenious little Zoom call that I've stumbled into of people circumventing traditional ways to judge things and do things,
The Edwards and McGee book, we got a whole reference to. I've got to read now.
Oh, I refuse. Give
Oh,
me
I
some
don't
notes.
know. You know what? I made the commitment. I'm going to do it. I might speed read it. I have the ability to speed read things, but my retention might not be there. But I'm going to do it, and I will share any kind of tidbits with you, Jay.
Beautiful.
No, yeah.
Usually I just stare at the pages until somebody feels bad for me, and then they just tell me what the hell is actually going on.
I'll say 3%, Jay. It needs to go over or under by 3%, and that's the Helene factor. I like that. I'm going to use that. Next time something breaks out or breaks down, I'm going to be like, let's wait for the Helene.
So is it 3% of the range or just 3% above the line, period?
I was getting 3% above the line. But you know what? If I read the book, I'll find out.
Okay, yeah. So
I'll
you read that book, you get back to me next week.
Okay, that sounds fun. So so anyway, I've traded copper using the event contracts, Jay, and I did good. So I think that's the thing. We just need to know our levels for these metals and go from there. So
okay, I'll do my homework when I get back home. Actually, I'm so useless on this Mac because like my main software doesn't even work on this thing. Like they don't have a Mac version of it, so I'm not doing any trading while I'm here. I'm actually kind of going a little bit stir crazy.
That's good for you, though. I have to say, when I was vacationing in Hawaii, I got in a little bit of trouble because I was like, they were like, "You want to go to the beach?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm busy."
Yeah. No, that hasn't been the case for me, unfortunately. I actually have to spend time with her, which is like, oh God, I'm joking.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so with that said, let's look at our poll, see what people are thinking. I was thinking originally that we were going to go higher because of the way that metals were acting at the end of the day on Friday. But let's see what's going on. I haven't looked at futures here. Hold on.
I actually kind of wish that we'd, so I closed out my puts. I kind of wish that we would go back up just so that I can, like, I hope we get like I don't know if it's going to happen. But I'd really love to see us go up so I can short it again.
Well, it gapped down right now. It's sitting right on the 9 MA for the ES weekly. And then it's right below. I have a level at 3759. So it's got to get above that, I think, or not. But so far so bad. Just because of the Apple news, or was it Apple? It was
Facebook.
Facebook. Sorry. Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Facebook. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So all right. Let me go to my thing here. All right. It's 50-50.
No way.
But it says 357 votes. So how can it be 50-50?
Not possible.
It's possible. It's possible.
357 is an odd number.
Well, I don't know why I did that then. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. I need this thing. I'm going to say that we take the yes for closing above just so that I can will higher prices into existence so that I can short them. Because I swear to God, if I longed 35.10 and that was like basically the low, I'm going to be really pissed. I'm going to be really pissed that I closed it. So I need it to go up so that I can come down. I'm going to pick the yes.
A lot of people are asking me about the name of the book Helene recommended. I'm going to look it up so that I don't butcher it, and I will tweet it out with everybody. Don't worry. Yeah, that is somebody. Thomas says the poll is using FinTwit math because it can't be 50-50. It can't. But you know what? It just didn't have its decimal places. So we have to wait for the Helene oomph. But I'm going to say that I think because the yes is blue, that probably means that there's more yes votes. I don't know.
Okay, I'm down.
I'm going to go yes. Let's go yes. All right. Yes. So let's wait. Oh, I didn't share my screen because you know what? We were having technical difficulties beforehand. I'm going to share my screen here.
You've been frozen for me for over 30 minutes at this point.
Am I making a cute face, or is it one of those weird, awkward?
It's awful. I'll send it to you after.
Oh no, don't. I don't want to know that. That's so. I don't want to know that.
I mean, you still look great. It's just not. I don't think anyone's
No.
flattering
Even
but,
the best looking people, of which I am not. Like, if you pause them in TV, you're like, okay, no, even Angelina Jolie can have a bad look. Okay, we're gonna. Oh, look at 6.69, Jay.
6.6.
That's
You're
bad.
5 years old. You make me laugh.
Okay, so anyway, we are going to take the yes for closing above 37.75 on this, because I think that's what the audience voted for, and I think that that's potentially possible. We just need some love and good news.
I think so. I think that the Facebook news, I don't know, man, this market makes no sense. They might see the layoffs as super bullish. Up is down, down is up, left is right. I have no idea.
This is all for me. It's all about the election. We'll see what happens. People are saying if there is, if there is like sort of gridlock and we get a red wave or whatever, potentially we might go up. But also then some people could say that would make an excuse for us to go down. People will say whatever after the fact, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to take the yes trade. I'm going to wait till we get off of this to do it though. However, but yeah, I like that. I like that. I think that's good.
I think that this week might end up being pretty wild. Like just like the rest of November in general. I'm sorry that I'm keeping you here. I know that we got to wrap up, but just in general, we have the election, we have MOPEX. I'm pretty sure it's American Thanksgiving 2 weeks from now, I think.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a short week too. I think it's going to get pretty crazy. Like I don't know. Unless you have a lot of conviction in what you're doing for the next couple weeks, I would tread pretty carefully, because I think that this thing might get absolutely bonkers. So I'm going to size down and just kind of, trade my edge basically.
Oh, wait, when you say bonkers, do you mean like volatile both directions, or do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know. Like it might end up being one of those things like when. During the last election, well, not, it's not a federal election, but you remember the last federal election, we just had an absolute face ripper as like vol crushed and all that stuff. I don't know which way it's going to break. It might just be a lot of volatility in both directions. I don't know enough about the options mechanics and the vol mechanics to even begin to speculate about which way that it's going to go. So I'm just going to trade scalps basically for the next 3 weeks. I'm just going to be in and out. I'm going to stay nimble. I'm going to try not to take any large positions unless we really start tanking, in which case I'm just going to add to my long-term portfolio. I'm young, I have time, I don't need to catch the exact bottom, but if I can just start investing into some good stocks, I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of
fun. So, all right, I've got my shopping list. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually, and you really do, for me at least, you talk about it. You're like, oh, I would like to buy this when it gets down here. But when it gets down here, do you want to buy it? No, nope. You do not, because everybody's talking about a Great Depression and whatever. And you're like, oh, let me just wait on that. And then what it does is it goes back up. And then you think to yourself, what? So I actually have to have the orders in. Already.
Yes, you just got to push the button and freaking walk away.
Yeah.
Don't think, just do, and I'm like, okay, like I'm going to do that. This time I'm going to do that.
And there's a full moon on Tuesday too, Jay.
What?
There's a full moon on Tuesday.
That means that people are going to be going crazy. I'm done, man. I'm done. 2022 has been rough. Okay. Yeah. The rest of this month is probably going to be freaking bonkers. Who do we have coming on next week?
I don't know yet.
We don't know?
No. Here's Jack. He was late today to our good boy. He usually comes when it's time to place a trade. He gave us a little more leeway because of the technical difficulties that we had. But somebody asked me if I'm looking, when I do smaller time frame charts, if I look at just the regular trading hours, or if I use like 24 hours. So for futures, I I of course use like the 23/5 charts because they're open 23 hours a day. But for stocks and stuff, I don't usually use like all of the extended hours stuff. It doesn't show up usually, especially on the daily charts. So like I know Tesla had a high of 1250 after hours, but you won't see that on the charts. You'll see it's 1230 something. So, but I saw it because I was short at the time. So that's how I know about it.
Legend.
Yeah, I shorted like I think it was 1213 or 1217, and then I watched as it went to 1234, and everybody's like, "It's going to 1600, Cordova. You're gonna lose your shirt and your back." And I was like, "Okay, I have enough people telling me that. I'll just hodl." And it was like a day later, and then it got to 1234, and I was like, "Oh no," because that was exactly at my trend line, and because I'd gotten a little FOMO shorting it because I'm like, "Oh, this is going to go down. Oh, we're going down." Anyway, it got to my trend line 1234, and then, yay! But ask me if I stayed short.
No, you didn't. I don't even have to ask. I mean, did you please, like, did you?
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Did you end up staying short?
No.
Nobody did. Nobody saw this coming. You know.
Some people say they saw it coming. I did see I did see a pullback coming. That's for sure. I was short at the top. I was like, yeah. You know how I get long at the bottom, I get short at the top. Did I stay there? No, because I thought it was going to bounce back up. I
refuse to talk about Tesla publicly, man, because every time you do, it's just like they come out of the woodwork, man. They're like tree people, you know? like you're like walking through a forest and they're just like up on the trees fucking staring at you, like waiting for somebody to say something bad about their baby company. I'm like, relax, man. I own one. I don't think it's a $1,200 stock. Like, I think I'm allowed to say that. I don't know.
Jay, I have to tell you, like, we're supposed to wrap this up now, but I'm having so much fun talking to you. I don't want to. So anyway, I have to tell you. So you know how everybody's been on Elon's butt about all of the changes he's making, whatever, right? So I'm blocked by like half the people who reply to him, and I'm like, why would they block me? I'm so not blockable.
Because you're so lovable.
Right, no, but it's because they were Tesla fan people, and they blocked me because I got a little infamous for shorting. I only shorted it 3 times. I feel like that's a win, but I shorted it, and I made money shorting it. I'm like one of the few people. I shorted it at 650. It went down 10% in 3 days. I shorted it at the top, and then I shorted it somewhere in the middle. That was a loser.
I'm telling you, these people, it's like an attack on like their religion to them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a core belief to them. Like, if you don't talk bad about it, it's like, oh man, like, chill out.
But I didn't even talk bad about it. I'm like, it's at a technical top.
Yeah. And I absolutely love, Elon, very polarizing character right now is probably the best way to put it. You know, people either love him or they hate him. I love the new change to Twitter Blue though, with the verification, because like, I know that you have your check marks, so it doesn't matter to you, but like,
you need one.
To that, the amount of impersonators that you get on a daily basis, like, are you telling me I can pay $8 to make sure that like these fuckers can't scam people using my name, using my likeness? Absolutely.
Yeah, Jay, it's
$1,000. I don't care.
I have to do it because I don't want to do it because I'm a cheap ass. I was using investing.com charts until the very last minute. I didn't have to. They erased some of my lines and I got real mad. I'm like, all right, I'm moving on, somebody else. But no, I have to, because imagine if I don't pay the $8 and then somebody opens another account with my likeness and they verify it. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. So I have to now.
I'm 100% with you. I hope that you have to upload your ID or something too, just to like verify. Fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But here's the deal. Here's why I'm mad, actually. Let me just go off on this.
Okay.
I should not have to pay for the scammers, because here's the thing. They could very easily fix it. Why did they allow people who block us to reply on our threads? That makes no sense. Why do they allow people who block us to retweet us? That makes no sense. Why do they, and the 3 things combined, if they're using our picture, if they block us, and if they retweet, I don't know, 500 of our tweets, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe
They
they just have an ulterior motive.
They might be an impersonator. Now, I don't have the AI smarts, right? But I do have that. But I texted that. I want you to know, I've got this guy. I'm going to show you. I was like, listen, dude, you're going to have to pay attention to me because I am going to. Can you even see this? Like I told this. Hold on. Like, oh, you can't see, but this Yol guy, or I don't know his name, Joel, Cole, I don't know. Anyway, the guy, the Twitter safety guy, I have been spamming his inbox. Like, I've been saying here, listen, I'm a part of FinTwit. These scammers block us. They retweet us. They use our profile pictures. I shouldn't have to pay $8 to prevent that from happening. The other stuff, okay. I'm actually willing to pay for it because I do get a lot of, it makes me smile. When I'm not being attacked for supporting other women or just other traders. Jay, you weren't there today. Somebody's like, so Helene's like, looking forward to chatting with you. And some guy's like, female nepotism at its finest.
Oh my God. Give me his ad. I'll fight him. I'll fly down.
First of all, he doesn't know what nepotism means.
No shit.
Second of all, like I've just interviewed 5 guys
in a row.
In a row. And then I have one woman on female nepotism over there. And then I was like, you don't know what nepotism means. And he's like, triggered.
Yeah. These people, man.
I was like, you are so dumb.
You got a face that's good for punching.
No, but anyway, all right. I will let you guys go. I just can't. I just want to keep talking to you, Jay. I'm sorry.
I miss you so much. We'll chat when I get home.
All right, darling. I will see you later. Bye, everybody. Have a great week trading. Mwah. Bye.